was 18 years old and strong as steel, thinking that the glory was the only thing real. The town gathered round at the station square, throwing confetti in the autumn air. Mama pinned a ribbon on my uniform chest, saying, "Come back safe, do your very best." I kissed my girl by the candy store, ready to settle a distant score. I marched away with a heart of fire, full of the patriotic and the blind desire. I didn't know then what I know today, that the price of a hero is a heavy debt to pay. They dropped us down a humid green into a nightmare that remains unseen. The rain didn't stop for 40 days, lost in the smoke and the purple haze. Johnny was standing on my right-hand side when the mortar hit and the silence died. I held him close as the light went out, screaming for a medic with a desperate shout. I learned to sleep with one eye wide, with a loaded rifle by my shaking side. The boy I was died in the mud, washed away by the rain and the blood. Stepped off the plane on a Tuesday noon, underneath the gray of the winter moon. I looked for the banner, I looked for the band, but there was just silence in the motherland. People walked by with their eyes on the floor, ignoring the soldier from the foreign war. No one shook my hand, no one asked my name. I felt like a player in a losing game. I took a taxi to my childhood street, feeling the bitterness of the defeat. The world had moved on while I was away, leaving me trapped in yesterday. I tried to settle down in my old bedroom, but the shadows looked like impending doom. The silence of the night is the loudest sound, waiting for the enemy on the ground. Then came the holiday, the 4th of July, explosions lighting up the summer sky. I hit the floor and I covered my head, thinking I was back among the dying and the dead. My father tried to touch me, tried to calm me down, but I was shaking like a leaf in the burning town. The war is over, the treaty is signed, but the battle is raging inside of my mind. I packed my duffel bag before the dawn, realizing that the spirit is completely gone. I can't work the factory, I can't push the plow, I don't fit in with the here and the now. I wrote a note saying, "Don't look for me, I'm gonna search for the land of the free." I'm walking down the shoulder of the interstate, looking for a mercy at the pearly gate. I'm just a shadow walking through the town, a ghost in camouflage, shutting down. I gave my youth to the red, white, and blue, but now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. The medals are tarnished in the velvet box, I'm a stranger picking at the rusty locks. They say I'm a hero, they say I'm brave, but I feel like I'm walking in an open grave. Home is a place that I can't seem to find, I left the best part of my soul behind. Kissed my woman while the moon was still high, and drank the coffee while the stars were in the sky. I grabbed my helmet and the pail for the lunch, walking to the rhythm of the gravel crunch. The foreman blew the whistle at 4:45, checking off the names of the men alive. We stepped inside the cage of iron and rust, descending down into the kingdom of the dust. The sunlight faded to a memory of gray as we said goodbye to the light of the day. 1,000 feet below the surface of the town, where the devil waits and the walls bear down. My muscles ache from the hammer and the drill, breaking up the spine of the ancient hill. I cough up the shadow of the blackest coal, paying the mortgage with a piece of my soul. I'm doing it for Jenny, for a wedding dress, to lift her out of this Appalachian mess. I promised her a diamond from the city store, so I swing the pickaxe at the dirty floor. Just one more vein is what I tell my heart, then I'll finish up the painting that I didn't start. I'm digging for a future in a tomb of stone, working in the darkness together but alone. Then the timber started cracking like a rifle shot. The air grew heavy and suddenly hot. The ground began to shake and the ceiling gave way, turning the tunnel to a chaotic fray. I heard the screaming of the men down the line, swallowed by the anger of the collapsing mind. The lights flickered out and the silence rushed in, thicker than the heavy and original sin. I crawled through the rubble on my hands and my knees, praying to the Lord for a gentle breeze. But the rocket sealed the door and sealed it tight, trapping me inside of the eternal night. I found a metal pipe running through the wall, and tapped out a rhythm, a desperate call. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody there? I'm fighting for a breath of the limit air. The hours drag along like a century of pain. I'm dreaming of the feeling of the summer rain. I see my mother's face in the flickering dark. I hear the singing of the meadowlark. The thirst is a fire burning in my throat. I'm a castaway sailor on a sinking boat. I tap until my knuckles are bloody and raw, waiting for the hammer of the rescue law. On the ground has stopped his singing and won't make a sound. I know what it means when the music is dead. The gas is creeping in inside of my head. I take a rusty nail and I scratch on the slate, a letter to my love before it gets too late. I found the diamond, baby, it's a love we had. Don't be sorry and please don't be sad. The darkness isn't scary, it's warm and it's deep. I think I'm gonna close my eyes and go to sleep. I see the light approaching, but it isn't from the lamp, it's coming from the heaven to the mining camp. Dust, looking for the light, trading in my tomorrow for the endless night. The mountain took my body, but it couldn't take my pride. I'm waiting for the angel on the other side. Don't weep for the miner, don't weep for the man. I'm holding a diamond. remember the darkness inside of the box. Then the light hit my eyes and the ticking of clocks. A pair of small hands lifted me to the air. I smell the milk and the soap in your hair. You were just 7 and I was brand new, a ball of soft fur and a spirit so true. You laughed when I licked all the tears from your cheek and promised to love me every day of the week. I wagged my short tail and I made you a vow. I'll guard you forever, starting right now. You named me a name that I carry with pride, walking together side by side. We ran through the forest and chased down the sticks. I learned all the commands and I learned all the tricks. I chewed up your sneakers and slept on your bed, chasing the nightmares out of your head. When the thunder was loud, I hid by your feet, keeping you safe from the noise of the street. When the girl broke your heart at the age of 16, I rested my head where the sorrow had been. I listened to secrets you told in the dark, sealing them up with a protective bark. We were the kings of the neighborhood lawn, running from sunset until the crack of the dawn. Then came the day that the suitcases came. You looked at me different, you whispered my name. You packed up your shirts and your posters and jeans, leaving the world of the teenage scenes. You hugged me so tight that I couldn't breathe. I didn't understand why you had to leave. The car pulled away and I watched from the glass, watching the shadow of the vehicle pass. I waited by the door for the sound of the key, wondering why you abandoned me. But I kept up the watch, I kept up the wait, sleeping alone by the garden gate. Seasons went by and my muzzle turned gray. My legs started aching more every day. The stairs became mountains I couldn't climb, lost in the fog of the passing of time. You came back to visit a couple of times, bringing a woman and nursery rhymes. I tried to jump up, but I fell on the floor. I wasn't the puppy I was before. You rubbed my old ears and you told me good boy, but I couldn't chew on the rubbery toy. My vision is blurry, my hearing is gone, but my love for you carries on. We're going a place that isn't too far. The room smells of alcohol, needles and steel. But I'm just so happy for the way that I feel. You're holding my paw and you're stroking my head, while tears stain the sheets of the metal bed. Don't cry, my master, don't be afraid. I'm proud of the friendship that we have made. The pain is receding, the light is so warm. Safe from the thunder and safe from the storm. My tail gives a wag, one last little sign. Thank you for making this life of mine. I was just a dog, but you were my world. Through the flags that we flew and the flags that we furled, I gave you my heart and I gave you my years. I chased away sadness and licked away tears. Now the leash is unclipped and the gate is wide open. The promise I made remains unbroken. I'll wait by the bridge where the sun always gleams. I'll see you again in the field of your dreams. It was 1987 on the Sunset Strip. We had the attitude, the hair, and the swagger in the hip. We played the whiskey a go-go on a Tuesday night, underneath the heat of the red and yellow light. A man in a suit with a cigar in his hand said, "Boys, I'm gonna make you the biggest in the land." We signed the paper on the hood of a limousine, selling our souls to the heavy metal machine. We bought the leather pants and the Aquanet spray, ready to seize the night and ready to seize the day. We were hungry wolves hunting for the neon crown, driving fast and loud through the angels' town. The charts at #1 with a bullet. We were living the dream and we were living it to the fullest. We flew on private jets across the ocean blue, playing stadiums and arenas for the chosen few. The girls were screaming loudly at the barricade, throwing roses at the monster that the music made. We swam in pools of champagne and slept until the noon, howling at the rising of the Hollywood moon. We thought the party would last until the end of time, committing the perfect and the melodic crime. We are invincible, I shouted to the The dinosaur was dead, the meteor had hit, and we were standing deep in the bottom of the pit. Whoa, yeah. The drummer sold his kit to pay the alimony check. The bass player ended up a nervous broken wreck. I took a job pumping gas by the interstate, resigning myself to a quiet normal fate. I cut my hair and I put away the tight black jeans, living on the memories of the magazine scenes. Sometimes a customer would look at my face and recognize a shadow from another time and place. Hey, weren't you the singer in that famous band? I just shake my head with the nozzle in my hand. No sir, you must be thinking of someone else, hiding the platinum record on the dusty shelf. Now it's 30 years later and we got the call to play the afternoon slide at the shopping mall. We squeezed into the spandex that is way too tight, trying to recapture the magic of the night. The crowd is small, mostly parents and their kids, eating cotton candy and bidding on the bids. But when we counted off 1, 2, 3, 4, we aren't old men standing on a wooden floor. We play the hit song and the people start to sing. For 4 minutes only, I am once again the king. The glory is a ghost, but the music feels so real. Turning back the clock on the rusty spinning wheel. We're riding on the echo of a neon fade, remembering the history that we once made. From the top of the world to the bottom of the glass.
Neon sign is buzzing with a flicker and a hum, dancing on the wet asphalt like a steady drum. I tie the apron strings around my waist tight, preparing for the regulars of the Tuesday night. The air smells like bacon grease and stale cigarettes, a sanctuary for the drifters and the heavy regrets. I pour the coffee black into the ceramic mug for a trucker named Joe who needs a little drug. Keep the change, darling, he says with a wink. I drop the quarters in the pocket by the sink, wiping down the formica with a rag of gray, washing the stains of the travelers away.
I look into the mirror behind the soda fountain, see the lines of age like a topographic mountain. 10 years ago I was the one with the fire, running on the fuel of the burning desire. I took the bus to the coast with a script in my hand, thinking I would conquer the promised land. But the city is a grinder, it chews you up slow, it trades your innocence for a little bit of show.
I waited on the tables of the stars and the fakes until my spirit shattered and started to break. I sold the guitar and I packed up the shame, coming back to the nowhere from where I came. Now I'm part of the furniture, part of the scene, a fixture in the corner of the dining machine. But then last week a new girl started the shift, with a smile like an angel and a magical lift. Her name is Jenny and she's barely 18, fresh as a daisy and sparkling clean. She hums a melody while she's mopping the floor, dreaming of the world outside of the glass jar hidden under the shelf, saving every penny for a future self. She reminds me of a ghost that I used to know before the bitter wind began to blow. Tonight she is shaking, she's nervous and bright. She shows me a ticket in the kitchen light. I'm leaving Mary, she whispers to me. I'm going to New York, I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be an actress, I'm gonna be a star. I'm getting out of here, I'm going very far. I look at her eyes, so wide and so blue, and I see the reflection of the lie that is true. I wanna tell her stop, I wanna tell her stay. Don't throw your simple happiness away. But who am I to crush a butterfly's wing? Who am I to silence the song that she sings? The Greyhound pulls up with a hiss of the brake. The ground begins to rumble and the windows shake. She grabs her suitcase and she waves a goodbye, running to the monster underneath the sky. I watch the taillights fading in the misty rain, carrying another victim of the glory and pain. She's chasing a rainbow that ends in the dark, leaving this town and leaving her mark. I turn back to the counter and I pick up the pot, serving the coffee while it's steaming and hot. Another girl leaves, another dream dies. I'm just serving refills and cherry pie lies. It's a blue plate special for the hungry heart, watching the ending before the start. We're serving up hope with a side of despair, breathing in the grease and the lonely air. Go chase the horizon, go chase the beam, but don't come back here looking for a refill on dreams. The highway is long and the city is cold, and the story is the same. Getting tired and old.
Steps of winding frozen stone. I live where the ocean meets the devil's bone. My only companion is the lens of glass, watching the sea seasons and the vessels pass. I trim the wick and I polish up the brass, praying for the sailors as they traverse the mass. The solitude is heavy like a woolen coat, stuck on this island that barely seems to float. I am the watcher, the guardian of the night, feeding the fire of the rotating light, separated from the world by a mile of foam, in this vertical prison that I call my drop like a stone in a well. The sky turned the color of a bruiser's swell. The wind started howling a banshee's cry, wiping the stars out of the northern sky. The waves are climbing up the granite wall, making the tower shiver and making it small. I crank the gear and make the lantern spin, fighting the chaos and the oceanic din. Stay away, I whisper to the empty dark, don't come closer to the deadly mark. But the sea is a monster with a hungry mouth, pushing the water from the north to the south. Then I saw the shadow of a struggling ship, caught in the current and the tidal grip. I fired the flare gun into the rain, trying to save them from the hurricane. But the rudder was broken, the engine was dead. They drifted toward the rocks of the Dragon's Head. I heard the screech of the timber and the steel, the sickening sound of the breaking keel. The lights flickered once and then they died, swallowed by the fury of the rising tide. A tragedy written in the salt and the spray, just 100 yards from the safety of the bay. I grabbed a coil of rope and I ran down the stair, fighting the wind that was tearing at my hair. I stood on the ledge where the spray hit my face, scanning the water for a sign or a trace. I heard the voices calling out for help, tangled in the wreckage and the slippery kelp. I threw the line as far as I could throw, but the ocean refused to let the victims go. I watched them disappear into the black and knew that none of them were coming back. I fell to my knees on the cold wet ground, defeated by the fury and the terrible sound. The sun came up on a morning clear and cold, painting the water in a sheet of gold. The storm has vanished like a bad, bad dream, leaving the seagulls to circle and to scream. I walked along the shoreline of the gray, looking at the debris of the judgment day. Planks of wood and a shattered captain's wheel, and a letter soaked in water with a broken seal. I pick it up and put it in my pocket deep, another secret that the lighthouse has to keep. I look up at the tower standing tall and white, and prepare to climb the steps for another night. I'm the keeper of the great, the watcher of the reef, living on an island of sorrow and of grief. I shine the light to warm the passing souls, to steer away from the head and rocky shoals. But sometimes the ocean demands a sacrifice and pays for the passage with the ultimate price. The light goes round, but the dark missing from a sewer grate finger snaps. A gritty clean electric for a mending back. The north side belongs to the kings in the leather. The south side is ours, sticking close together. The air is electric with the hate and the heat, marking the territory on the concrete street. If you wear the wrong color on the wrong side of town, you better be ready for the beat and the down. My brothers are cleaning their knives in the light, preparing for trouble in the middle of the night. We are soldiers of nothing, fighting for dirt, living in a cycle of the anger and hurt. But I slipped through the shadows of the alleyway gate to meet you beneath the rusty fire escape. You're the sister of the leader of the enemy side, a dangerous secret that we both have to hide. Your skin smells like roses in a garbage can world, a flag of surrender that is slowly unfurled. We touch in the darkness, trembling and scared, sharing a love that nobody spared. You whisper, I love you, but they'll kill us for this. I seal up your worry with a desperate kiss. We are two flowers growing in the cracked pavement stone, together in spirit but publicly alone. Listen, I tell you, I've got a plan. We're getting out of here as fast as we can. I bought 2 tickets for the midnight train, heading to the coast through the wind and the rain. Pack up a bag and meet me at the station. We'll start a new life in a different nation, where nobody knows who your brother is, and nobody cares about the turf and the beers. You smile with the tears running down from your eye, and promise to meet me underneath the clock sky. Midnight, you said, platform number 9. Finally, baby, you are gonna be mine. I was running to the station with the tickets in my vest, feeling the pounding of the hope in my chest. But a shadow stepped out from the corner store wall, and I heard the familiar and the terrifying call. It was your brother and his crew of the red, with hate in their eyes and a price on my head. Where do you think you're going, Romeo? I didn't have time to answer or to go. The silver blade flashed in the neon light, caught in the fabric of a silent night. I fought like a tiger, I fought for the dream, but the numbers were against me in the violent scheme. Now you're standing at the station in your coat of blue, watching the clock hands ticking to the 2. The conductor calls out, all aboard for the West. Put in your patience to the ultimate test. You think I got cold feet, you think I was true, you think that my love for you wasn't really true. You step on the train with a broken heart, while I'm lying here in the dark, torn apart. The train whistle blows a mournful goodbye, while I look at the score. Love isn't welcome on the killing floor when the wolf is scratching at the flimsy door. I'm bleeding out on the cold asphalt, but losing you is the only fault. Run, baby, run on the midnight train, far away from the sorrow and the stain. Kicked the door wide open at 2:15, wearing ski masks and the attitude of the few. I jumped up on the counter with the shotgun in my hand, demanding all the paper from the richest in the land. You filled the canvas bags with the presidents of old, while the tellers were shaking in the panic and the cold. The alarm began to scream like a banshee in the hole. We vaulted through the window and we jumped the garden wall. The engine was running in the Chevy out the back. We hit the tire smoking on the tarmac track, leaving the law behind in a cloud of dust and smoke, laughing at the danger like it was a private joke. On your face, winning the gold medal in the devil's rat race. You count the stacks of cash on the dashboard of the car, feeling like a movie queen, feeling like a star. We got a tank full of gas and a heart full of fire, running on the fuel of the burning desire. They say that crime doesn't pay, but they never felt this free. Just you and the horizon and the wild desert and me. We are the kings and queens of the yellow center line, leaving the morality and the rules far behind. Flickering neon sign to wash away the sweat and to drink the cheap wine. You cut your golden hair and you dyed it raven black, trying to hide the trail and cover up the track. We turned on the television to the evening news and saw pixelated faces singing the blues. Armed and dangerous, the anchor man said $5,000 for them alive or for them dead. I looked into your eyes and I saw a little fear, knowing that the end of the road was getting near. We are walking on a wire that is starting to fray, up to the sound of the chopper in the sky, the blue and red lights flashing in the weary eye. We jumped into the Chevy and we peeled out of the lot, dodging the barricades and the sniper's shot. But the bridge ahead is blocked by a wall of steel and blue. There's no going back and there is no going through. The sheriff is standing there with a rifle on his hip, tightening the circle and tightening the grip. There is no prison cell that can hold a love this wild. We aren't gonna surrender like a frightened little child. I look at you one last time and I ask you what to do. You smile and say, baby, I'm riding out with you. I shift the gear to drive and I floor the pedal down. The engine rolls a challenge to the sleepy little town. We hold each other's hands as the speedometer climbs. I've been driving for 18 hours straight, hauling a load of timber and a heavy crate. The coffee is cold and the radio is dead, only the static is talking inside of my head. The rain is coming down in sheets of gray, washing the painted lines of the road away. I'm winding through the mountains on the devil's pass, trying to keep the rig out of the slippery grass. My eyes are burning and my body is numb, marching to the beat of the tire drum. Just me and the headlights cutting the black, looking for a place to rest and get off the track. Then I saw a flash of white in the high beam light, a lonely silhouette in the middle of the night. She was standing on the shoulder with a thumb in the air. The rain was plastering the curls of her golden hair. She wore a summer dress made of satin and lace, completely out of time and out of place. I hit the air brakes and I pulled to the side, thinking, Lord, nobody should be denied a ride. I opened the door and I leaned to the right. Climb on in, miss, get out of the night. She looked at me with eyes that were deep and sad, the most beautiful angel that the highway had. She climbed into the cab and she sat on the seat, shivering from the cold and the lack of heat. Her skin was pale as moonlight, her hands were ice. She didn't say a word, didn't ask for a price. I gave her my jacket to cover her bones. She whispered an address in a quiet tone. Just down the road past the old willow tree, my mama is waiting up for me. I tried to make conversation, tried to ask her name, but she stared out the window at the rain and the flames. She smelled like lavender and damp earth, carrying a sorrow of an ancient birth. I pulled up to the driveway of the house on the hill. The night was silent and the air was still. I turned to the girl to say we are here, but my heart stopped beating and filled up with fear. The jacket was folded neatly on the passenger side, but the girl had vanished, nowhere to hide. The door hadn't opened, the truck hadn't slowed, but she was gone back to the mist of the road. I touched the vinyl seat where she used to be. It was wet with a puddle of mystery. My hand started shaking, my breath coming short, caught in a puzzle of a supernatural sort. And I knocked on the wood. A gray-haired woman understood. She looked at my face and she saw the ghost, the guess that I carried from the misty coast. I told her the story, I described the dress. She started to cry in her distress. That was my daughter, she said with a sigh. She died on that curve on the 4th of July. 10 years ago she lost her life, cutting my heart with a terrible knife. She tries to come home when the rain starts to fall, but she never makes it past the hallway hall. She's a phantom of the highway, the girl in the white, lost in the shadows of the eternal night. She's looking for a ride to the place she used to know, but the road is a circle and she has nowhere to go. Beware of the curve where the willow tree weeps. That's where the secret of the mountain sleeps. If you stop for the angel standing in the rain, you'll only be driving with a memory of pain. Stood at the junction of the 61 and 9, underneath the shadow of the weeping pine. The clock on the steeple was striking 12, digging a hole where the demons dealt. I had a cheap guitar with the rusted strings, dreaming of the fortune that the music brings. I was tired of being nobody in the bar. I wanna be the burning and the shooting star. So I called out to the darkness with a desperate plea. I'll give you anything if you listen to me. The wind stopped blowing and the night went still, waiting for the master of the iron will. In a tailored suit with snakeskin leather on his pointed boot. He didn't have horns and he didn't have a tail, just a charming smile that could make you pale. He lit a cigar with a flick of his thumb and said, boy, I know exactly where you're coming from. You want the fingers of fire, you want the crowd to scream, you want to live inside the golden perfect dream. I can give you the talent, I can give you the skill, but there's a heavy vacancy that I have to fill. His eyes were black like a bottomless well, reflecting the fire of a private hell. He held out a hand that was cold as ice and said, don't worry about the little price, just sign on the line with a drop of your red, and you'll be the king until you are dead. I pricked my finger on the E-string wire and felt the surge of the unholy fire. I grabbed the guitar and I started to play notes that never saw the light of the day. My hands were moving like a spider on the fret, playing the gamble and the winning bed. He tipped his hat and he faded in the mist, leaving me alone with the power in my fist. was loud, but it didn't have a soul. A gaping emptiness inside of the hole. I tried to pray, but the words wouldn't come. Drowned out by the beating of a voodoo drum. I had the world in the palm of my hand, but I was just a stranger in the promised land. Tonight is the anniversary of the deal I made, and the colors of the world are beginning to fade. I'm sitting in the penthouse on the top floor, staring at the handle of the locked hotel door. I hear the elevator rising from the ground. I hear the howling of the tracking hound. The man in black is coming to collect his due. The contract is over and the rent is through. My fingers are freezing, I can't play a note. A lump of terror's rising in my throat. I traded eternity for a moment of fame, and now I'm going down into the flame. Into the flame. Crossroads, midnight shop. Now I'm playing on a broken and a burning harp. I sold my spirit for a melody of gold, a story of a sinner that is often told. You can play the blues, you can play the rock, but you can't outrun the ticking of the clock. The bill comes due at the end of the day, and the devil, he always makes you pay.